Hello friends, welcome back to another video here in Hope in Crisis. Today's video is to encourage you. And let me start by apologizing. I have not posted any videos since last week. And it's not that I don't want to. You know, it's been a busy week, but it's been a good busy week. Let me tell you that today's title for this video is called Roller Coaster. How many of you guys maybe have been in a roller coaster before? I personally, I'm scared of anything that has to do with heights. I am scared of going to Six Flags and my kids make fun of me because I don't get to any rides unless it's the wave pool. Then now we're talking my ride. But what today I want to talk to you about is the roller coaster of life. You know, one day you feel great, the other day you feel down, then the next morning you feel like everything is going the way you want, and then the next day you feel like everything is going the way you didn't even think it was going to last week or the day before. But what I want to tell you today is that God is with you in your problems. God is with you in your struggles. God is with you even though in the moments when doubt appears in your heart. You know, the number one thing that Satan and the enemy wants to is encourage you to be discouraged. That's the goal that the enemy has for each one of us, because he knows that when you are discouraged, anything else can get in your heart and anything else can get in your mind. And if he takes over your heart and if he takes over your mind, he can put anything else, and little by little, you can lose hope. Little by little, you can lose hope in everything that's going on in your life. But let me tell you that God is in control. Let me tell you that God knows the roller coaster you are in. God knows the life that you're living right now. God knows what's going on in your heart and in your minds right now. Every week will be a very challenging week if we start our week without God. Let me tell you that, yes, you know, I do too have my own roller coaster of emotions where I'm up and then I'm down and then I feel great and I'm going up again and I come down again. But there's a beautiful song that I always like to listen, and it's called We Believe. And it goes by, we believe in God the Father. We believe in Jesus Christ. We believe in the resurrection. Every time we feel down, every time we feel discouraged, every time doubt gets in our heart, let's remember that we have a powerful God, that he came down here to earth to die for us, that he came down here to earth to save us, and that is love. Anytime we have doubt in our hearts and our minds, we need to remember what Jesus did for us. He died for you and I in the cross. And he's telling us to have hope, which equals faith. To have faith that everything is going to be okay. I don't know what you're going through right now. You don't know what I'm going through right now. But there's something that we need to do for you and I, or that we should do for you and I, is pray for each other. And also knowing that even though sometimes there is doubt in our hearts, even though sometimes the roller coasters are higher than others, we need to know that God is in control. God is the captain of our ship. And as long as we allow him to be in our hearts, and as long as we allow him to take over our hearts and our minds, God can move mountains if we have just a tiny, tiny bit of faith. And I end with this. Let's remember the story of Joseph. Let's remember what he went through in his life. He was sold by his brothers. He was thrown into a pit and then brought as a slave. But then towards the end, he was the greatest of that nation. He took over of the entire nation. Sometimes you and I will be going through very tough times, where we maybe question where God is. But before we get to greatness, sometimes we need to get through the storm. so we can learn how to rely on God, so we can learn how to trust God. You and I are in this together. Forget about what's going on in the world. Forget about this whole craziness, Corona and COVID-19. I'm not saying now be careful. I'm saying forget about it, because God is in control and He will take care of you and take care of me. Remember, hope equals faith. And we are here for each other. Take care, and I'll see you next time.